Kelvin Dunn here, performing the SEO IQ review.
For competitive analysis, I thought I would just go over a little bit more about the tool that I'm using because I'm getting a lot of questions about it. This is SEOQ, Matt Callan's new tool. It's actually a plugin for Firefox or Chrome, and you can see the little brain up here. And it's really cool, and it's saving me a lot of time, and I'm really loving it, and I'm giving him feature requests and things like that. So I created a cheat sheet for you, actually, and let me find that cheat sheet. It's right here. And I pulled up the most important things that I look for in this, and why I like it because I can get it really quick. And I can just go from site to site instead of having to open up the applications that this is actually coming from. So let's just go into this and look at the tool for a second. And this is their internal scoring system, which I'm kind of getting used to. And seeming like in competitive areas, sites need a IQ score of 42 or higher to rank, or maybe in the 30s. And then a lot of the sites linking to them are in the teens, and 20s. So let's just go down the thing. What I'm really looking at is the off-page factors here, because that's what I'm really into into linking. But even if you do your own site, you're going to get a lot of information if you go and look at the on-page factors. But I only concentrate on the off-page factors, and that's what I've put into my cheat sheet right here. So these are the off-page factors that I'm going to pay attention to. And right here it says domain creation date, and I think maybe this because it's Amazon. I don't know why it's not pulling that up, but it usually pulls up the creation date. And I like to see that, especially on sites that I'm competing with, to see how old they are. I've noticed that a lot of sites in competitive niches now are new, after the big bomb happened in 2012. So I find that very interesting. And I know I can certainly beat those. So of course this is an Amazon page, and it has a domain page rank of 8, which is like almost perfect, and a UR page rank of 0, and so that's like, okay, no page rank there. And index pages, well, of course, it's an Amazon page, so this is really, really huge. But normally, if a page or a site only has 30, maybe 100, maybe 300 pages indexed, I know it's totally beatable. And so I like to look at the index pages. Now, I'm looking at Amazon because I'm going into the argan oil market and I'm going to be ranking. So I don't even have to pay attention to this because I'm competing against, apples with apples. I'm going to put my product on Amazon. And all I have to look at is the backlinks, because the on-page optimization is pretty much set for every single page on Amazon. And that's what's really cool, because it makes a real plain leveling, it levels out the playing field. So then I'm going to go down a little bit, and this is the Moz stats. And it's telling me that it has domain authority of 93, of course, it's Amazon, and a page authority of 75, and a Moz rank of 5.35. Now, I don't use Moz statistics, so I don't have a barometer for that, so I'm not really sure what that means. I do know that these numbers are pretty high because, I do know that much, but my barometer is not here. But a lot of people's are, so a lot of people will be looking at the Moz stats. I use Majestic SEO pretty much exclusively, and I love Majestic SEO. And here I'm getting the citation flow, the trust flow, external backlinks, referring domains, referring IPs, and referring subnets. Now, I have in this cheat sheet, because I'm sure you're going to forget, what each one of these means and what's important. To me, it's the trust flow and referring subnets is what I look at when I am doing my research. Now, the citation flow is kind of a number of how many backlinks they have, but it's a little bit more sophisticated than that. So it's just not like, okay, this page has 120 backlinks, so they have citation flow of 20. In fact, if you hover over it in the tool, it'll tell you what that means. Trust flow, now that's the one I want to look at, because who cares how many backlinks they have? Right now, it's not about backlinks. In fact, less is actually more these days. It's about trust flow or authority. And this is measuring. They have an algorithm that measures this. And so now that I have a barometer of what is good and what is stellar, I know, a trust flow of 10 is totally beatable. I can totally beat that. When you get into the 30s and 40s, that's tough to beat. But a 10, anything less than 20, easy. In the 20s, okay. So I really like seeing that because it's telling me that these links are not that authoritative that they're sending to this page. And the referring domains and referring IPs and referring subnets, they're all kind of about the same thing. Although, this gets kind of tricky for newbies. I know that referring domains means that from all these backlinks, this is how many domains are referring to that site. So out of 120 backlinks, they're getting those from 58 domains. So they at least have to have, 2.5 or whatever links on each site. And it's probably not like that. Probably one site has a site-wide link. So it's now, this is why we like to look at referring IPs and referring subnets, because that's going to tell us really if they're different on different hosts. And this gets really kind of heady and geeky because you want a different subnet because out of the referring domains, 43 of those were from different IPs. Now, every computer has an IP, every website has an IP. So that means, okay, then at least 43 different IPs. And when you talk about IPs, you're probably thinking about different servers and things like that. But sometimes in SEO, we used to just buy an IP and put a lot of sites on them, and they'd be all on what we call the same C-class IP. Now that gets a little bit, a little bit more advanced there. But in referring subnets, this is really telling me that that's how many different hosts there really are linking to this site. So I kind of ignore the referring domains. I kind of ignore the referring IPs because that could be from the same owner. It could, and this is what Google's ignoring, and that's why I'm ignoring it. And what we really want to look at is the referring subnets because that's really the honest truth of how many hosts, how many different real different domains are linking and making these 120 links. So that's what I like to see. And there's only 43 here. So could I beat that? Could I create 43 sites, on different subnets? Absolutely. That's what I create personal blog networks for, and we're going to talk a little bit more about that probably in the next video or so. But this is where you really start getting to see the power of a personal blog network or PBN because you can totally duplicate this. And I've been showing you the kind of links that have been coming into these type of sites, which have not been really good. And I was just going through Argan Oil, and I'm going to make another video for that because I'm going to show you, the different pages that are ranking these things. And I'm researching argan oil because that's what I'm going into next on my in my Amazon business. So I just left my pages open, and so I can make a video instead of just shuffling it away in my head. I thought I would share this stuff. So this is the video on the metrics and what I look for, and you can download this. I'll put up the link in the email, and that is it. I hope you enjoyed that. Dory Friend out. Bye.
This is Kelvin Dunn completing the SEO IQ review. See you in the next video.